The acrid smell of burning metal and ozone filled the air as Marcus Chen picked his way through the wreckage of what had once been the outer perimeter of Settlement 7. His worn work boots crunched over twisted pieces of combat mechs and scattered debris, the sound echoing in the eerie silence that followed the devastating raid. "Another day in paradise," he muttered, adjusting the strap of his heavy toolkit. The weight of specialized repair equipment pressed against his shoulder, a familiar comfort in this wasteland of destruction. His portable scanner hummed quietly, searching for salvageable technology among the ruins. "Before we jump back in, tell us where you're tuning in from, and if this story touches you, make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow I've saved something extra special for you." The Keth'mori raid had been swift and brutal. The alien clan warriors had struck at dawn, their advanced weaponry cutting through the settlement's defenses like plasma through paper. Now 3 days later, Marcus was part of the cleanup crew tasked with recovering anything useful from the devastation. His scanner suddenly registered movement ahead. Marcus dropped into a crouch, his mechanic's instincts sharp despite his non-military background. Through the settling dust and smoke, he caught sight of something that made his breath catch in his throat. A female figure lay pinned beneath a fallen support beam, her distinctive blue-scaled skin marking her as one of the Keth'mori warriors. Her armor, a masterwork of alien engineering, was cracked and stained with luminescent blood that glowed faintly in the dim light. Marcus approached cautiously, his training warring with his natural impulse to help. Keth'mori warriors were known for their fierce combat prowess and unwavering loyalty to their clan structure. Even wounded, she could be dangerous. The warrior's eyes opened as he drew near, revealing irises the color of molten gold. She studied him with the predatory gaze of a natural-born fighter, though pain flickered across her angular features. "Stay back, human," she said, her voice carrying a melodic accent despite her obvious suffering. "I am Zara Veltar, Third Blade of the Storm Clan. I require no assistance from inferior species." Marcus raised his hands peacefully, setting down his toolkit. "Easy there, warrior princess. I'm Marcus Chen, just a mechanic trying to help. You look like you could use some." A bitter laugh escaped her lips. "Help? My own clan has abandoned me here. They follow the old ways. The weak are left to die with honor rather than burden the strong." "Your legs," Marcus observed, his trained eye noting the unnatural angle. His medical scanner confirmed his fears. Severe spinal damage had left her paralyzed from the waist down. "How long have you been here?" "3 cycles of the local star," she replied, her golden eyes never leaving his face. "Long enough to understand my fate. The Storm Clan does not carry dead weight." Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, like this video, it means a lot to us. Now back to the story. Marcus felt anger flare in his chest. He'd heard about Keth'mori honor codes, but seeing their brutal application firsthand was different. "Well, lucky for you, I don't follow Keth'mori traditions. You cannot help me, human. My spine is severed. Even your primitive medical technology cannot repair such damage." Despite her words, something flickered in her eyes, perhaps hope, quickly suppressed. "Who said anything about medical technology?" Marcus grinned, already examining the support beam pinning her down. "I'm a mechanic, remember? I specialize in making broken things work again." Working carefully, he began to lever the beam off her. Zara watched with growing curiosity as he deployed tools she'd never seen before, each device precisely engineered for maximum efficiency. "Your equipment," she said as he worked. "It's more advanced than intelligence reports suggested." "Intelligence reports?" Marcus paused in his work. "Lady, I fix things for a living. The only intelligence I care about is knowing which end of a wrench to hold." Despite her pain, Zara's lips curved in what might have been a smile. "You are either very brave or very foolish, Marcus Chen. Why not both?" He managed to shift the beam enough to free her legs. There we go. Now, about getting you somewhere safe. Safe? Zara's expression hardened. There is no safety for the abandoned. My clan will kill me if they discover I still live. I am marked as weak, unworthy of the Storm Clan name. Marcus studied her face, noting the pride warring with despair in her golden eyes. What if I told you there might be another option? Something between staying here to die and crawling back to people who threw you away? Speak plainly, human. I can't fix your spine, Marcus said, settling beside her. But I might be able to build you something better. New legs, mechanical ones. You'd walk again, fight again if you wanted to. Zara stared at him in shock. Cybernetic enhancement? That is forbidden by the old ways. A warrior's strength must come from within, not from artificial augmentation. Sometimes the old ways are wrong, Marcus said gently. Besides, from where I'm sitting, the old ways already failed you. Maybe it's time to try something new. The Keth'mori warrior was silent for a long moment, her analytical mind processing his offer. Even if such a thing were possible, why would you help me? Your people and mine have been enemies for generations, Marcus shrugged. Because it's the right thing to do. Because everyone deserves a second chance. And because, he grinned, I've always wanted to see if I could build legs that could outrun a hover bike. You are serious about this? It wasn't a question. Zara's golden eyes searched his face, looking for deception and finding none. Dead serious, but I'll need your help. Keth'mori physiology is different from human. I'll need detailed scans, measurements, probably access to some of your medical databases if you can manage it. Zara's hand moved instinctively to her armor's communication array. My personal med scanner still functions. It contains complete biological data. She paused, then added quietly, it was meant to aid field medics in treating my injuries. Instead, it became evidence of my weakness. Your clan's loss, Marcus said firmly. Their weakness is going to become something extraordinary. Over the next hour, Marcus carefully extracted Zara from the debris, his movements gentle but efficient. She watched his every action with growing respect. This human worked with the precision of a master craftsman, each tool selected with purpose. Every motion calculated for maximum effect. Your hands, she observed, as he adjusted a support brace around her torso. They move like a surgeon's, but with the confidence of a warrior. 15 years of fixing the unfixable, Marcus replied. Started with farm equipment, moved up to combat mechs. People said I had a gift for understanding how things were supposed to work. And now you wish to understand how I am supposed to work? I want to understand how you could work better. He secured the last strap and stepped back to admire his handiwork. The improvised mobility device would allow him to transport her safely. Your people design incredible technology, but they're limited by tradition. Human engineering is limited by imagination. You speak of combining our technologies? Why not? Your people understand energy manipulation and neural interfaces better than anyone. Humans excel at mechanical engineering and adaptive systems. Put them together, ... Marcus grinned. We might just create something revolutionary. Zara was quiet as he maneuvered her onto the transport. The implications of his proposal were staggering. Interspecies technological cooperation was virtually unheard of, especially between humans and Keth'mori. My people will consider this heresy, she said finally. Then we won't tell them until it's too late to stop us. Marcus began guiding the transport through the ruins. Besides, you're already cast out. What's the worst they can do? Exile you. Twice. Despite herself, Zara laughed. It was a sound of genuine amusement, something she hadn't experienced since her injury. This strange human with his easy confidence and revolutionary ideas was unlike anyone she'd ever encountered. Where are you taking me? She asked as they navigated through the settlement's remains. My workshop, It's outside the main settlement. Used to be a mining facility. Plenty of space, all the tools we'll need, and more importantly, privacy. Marcus paused to check his scanner. Plus, it's got the kind of power systems we'll need for the fabrication work. You have given this considerable thought. I've been thinking about cybernetic integration for years. Never had the right test subject before. He glanced back at her with a grin. Lucky me, I found someone desperate enough to let me experiment. Desperate, Zara repeated, testing the word. Yes, I suppose that describes my situation accurately. Hey, desperate's just another word for motivated. And motivation is the first ingredient in any impossible project. The workshop came into view as they crested a small hill. Zara had expected something crude, a typical human industrial facility. Instead, she found herself looking at a structure that seemed to blend human practicality with aesthetic sensibilities that reminded her of home. "This is your workshop?" she asked, noting the clean lines and efficient design. "Built it myself," Marcus said with obvious pride. "Took me 3 years to get it exactly right. The main fabrication bay can handle anything up to mech-class construction. The computer systems are linked to databases from half a dozen species." As they entered the facility, Zara's appreciation deepened. The workshop was a marvel of organized chaos, with specialized tools arranged within easy reach and workstations configured for maximum efficiency. But what caught her attention most were the projects in various stages of completion. "You build more than just farm equipment," she observed, studying a partially assembled exoskeleton that incorporated design elements from multiple alien technologies. "I like challenges," Marcus admitted, transferring her to a more comfortable diagnostic chair. "That one's a commission from a Vraxian mining consortium. They wanted something that could handle their homeworld's gravity while maintaining human dexterity. And you succeeded?" "Still working on it. Gravity manipulation isn't exactly my specialty." He began activating various scanning systems. "But cybernetic legs for a Keth'mori warrior, that I can do." The diagnostic equipment hummed to life, filling the workshop with a gentle blue glow. Zara watched in fascination as holographic displays materialized around them, showing her body in incredible detail. "Amazing," she breathed. "Your scanning resolution is superior to our military medical systems." "Military's always 10 years behind civilian tech," Marcus said absently, his attention focused on the readouts. "They're too worried about following protocols to innovate." The scans revealed the full extent of her injuries. The damage to her spinal cord was severe but clean, almost surgical in its precision. Marcus studied the data with growing excitement. "This is actually good news," he announced, causing Zara to raise an eyebrow. "My complete paralysis is good." "News? The way you're injured, yes. See here?" He highlighted sections of the scan. "Your nervous system is intact above and below the break. It's just the connection that's severed. If I can build a neural bridge as part of the leg assembly... You could restore full sensation and control," Zara finished, her voice filled with wonder. "Better than that. With the right interfaces, we could enhance your capabilities beyond baseline Keth'mori parameters. Increased strength, faster reflexes, maybe even limited flight capability." "Flight?" Zara's golden eyes widened. "That is impossible. No ground-based warrior has ever achieved powered flight." "No Keth'mori warrior," Marcus corrected. "But combine your people's neural interface technology with human mechanical engineering and quantum field manipulation, ... double quotes," he grinned. Suddenly, impossible starts looking like inevitable. Zara stared at the holographic projections showing her potential new form. The designs were elegant and functional, incorporating the aesthetic sensibilities of her people while pushing the boundaries of what she'd believed possible. "How long?" she asked quietly. "To build them? 2 weeks if everything goes perfectly." A month if we run into complications. Marcus began saving the diagnostic data. But Zara, I need you to understand something. Once we do this, there's no going back. You won't be fully Keth'mori anymore. You'll be something new. I stopped being Keth'mori the moment they left me. To die, she said firmly. What you're offering? It's a chance to become something better. Then we'd better get started. Marcus moved to his fabrication systems. I'll need access to your armor's technical specifications. The interface points have to be perfectly calibrated to work with your nervous system. Zara activated her armor's diagnostic mode, transmitting detailed schematics to Marcus's computers. As the data flowed between their systems, she felt a strange sense of anticipation. For the first time since her injury, the future held possibilities beyond mere survival. Marcus, she said as he began preliminary design work, why are you really doing this? The truth, not your human humor. He paused in his work, considering her question seriously. Because I've seen what happens when people give up on each other. My parents died in a clan raid when I was young. The settlement wrote them off, said they were acceptable losses in the bigger picture. I am sorry for your loss. The point is, everyone deserves someone who won't give up on them. Your clan failed you, but that doesn't mean you have to fail yourself. He met her eyes directly. Besides, once these legs are finished, you're going to be the most dangerous warrior in this sector. I want you on my side when that happens. Zara felt something warm unfurl in her chest. Gratitude, yes, but something more. Respect for this human who saw strength where others saw weakness, possibility where others saw failure. Very well, Marcus. Chen, build me new legs. Make me something my clan will remember. Oh, they'll remember, Marcus promised, his hands already moving over the design interface. When we're done, they're going to wish they'd never let you go. As the workshop filled, with the sounds of fabrication beginning, neither of them noticed the small sensor probe that had been watching from the shadows. Miles away, in a hidden Keth'mori forward base, a screen displayed their conversation with perfect clarity. Commander Thex Mortal, Supreme Blade of the Storm Clan, studied the transmission with cold calculation. His decision to abandon Zara had been tactically sound, but if she somehow returned enhanced with alien technology... Prepare a strike team, he ordered his lieutenant. The human's workshop must be destroyed before his work is complete. Back in the workshop, Marcus and Zara worked late into the night, unaware that their greatest challenge wouldn't be building the impossible legs, but surviving long enough to complete them. 7 days into the project, Marcus emerged from his fabrication bay covered in metallic dust, his eyes blazing with exhausted triumph. The workshop hummed with the completion of something unprecedented in galactic history. Zara, they're finished, he called out, his voice carrying a mixture of pride and nervous anticipation. The Keth'mori warrior maneuvered her mobility chair to where two elegant mechanical legs lay in gleaming display cases. They were masterpieces that transcended mere engineering. Flowing curves of alien aesthetics merged with brutal human efficiency. Quantum cores pulsing with contained starfire. By the ancient flames, she breathed, her golden eyes reflecting the neural interface port's soft glow. They're magnificent. Wait until you see what they can do. Marcus activated holographic displays showing capabilities that defied belief. Maximum speed, 100 kilometers per hour. Vertical jump, 20 meters. Built-in flight systems using miniaturized gravity cores. And the strength output... He grinned. Let's just say you could punch through starship hull plating. This is beyond enhancement, Zara whispered. This is evolution. The integration process is the tricky part, Marcus said, his expression turning serious. Neural bridge connections at 17 spinal points. One mistake and you die. Once we start, there's no backing out. Zara studied her reflection in the polished metal. My clan believes purity of form reflects purity of spirit. They would call this abomination. What do you call it? Rebirth. Her voice carried absolute conviction. When do we begin? Now. Marcus activated his security sensors, frowning at the readings. Because we have company incoming. 6 heat signatures, Storm Clan assault formation. Vex, Zara snarled. He won't allow this to succeed. Then we'd better work fast. Marcus was already prepping the surgical suite. I can do the integration in 3 hours if everything goes perfectly. And if the clan attacks during the procedure? They won't get the chance to matter. Marcus met her eyes with grim determination. Either you walk out of here on those legs, or we both die trying. The surgery began as Keth'mori forces established perimeter positions around the workshop. Marcus worked with the focused intensity of a master craftsman, each neural connection precise and tested. Zara remained conscious throughout, her warrior discipline allowing her to monitor the integration. Neural pathway 12 active, Marcus announced as sensation flooded her lower body. How does it feel? Like lightning in my bones, she gasped. Like being reborn in fire. 2 hours into the procedure, the assault began. Plasma charges shattered the outer defenses as Storm Clan warriors breached the perimeter. Marcus never paused in his work, his hands steady despite explosions rocking. The building. Almost done, he muttered, connecting the final flight system interfaces. Just need to link the quantum cores to your nervous system. They're through the inner barriers, Zara reported, her enhanced senses interfacing with security systems. 2 minutes. I need 3. Then I'll buy you the time. The workshop doors exploded inward as Marcus completed the final connection. 6 elite Keth'mori warriors poured through, weapons trained on their expected victims. Instead, they found Zara rising from the surgical table. Her new legs gleamed with otherworldly fire, quantum cores casting blue radiance across the floor. She took her first step, then another, each movement flowing with predatory grace that redefined the very concept of Keth'mori martial prowess. Hello, Vex, she called to the Storm Clan commander. Did you miss me? Commander Vex Mortal stepped through the breach, his scarred features twisted with revulsion. Abomination, you violated every sacred law. Your people cast me out, Zara replied, testing her enhanced capabilities with small movements. I am no longer bound by their laws. You were weak, broken. We showed mercy. Mercy? Her laugh was like breaking crystal. You feared what I might become. That fear was justified. Without warning, she moved. Her mechanical legs propelled her across the room faster than Keth'mori eyes could track. She struck the first warrior before he could raise his weapon, enhanced strength sending him crashing through the workshop wall. The remaining fighters opened fire, but Zara was already airborne. Her flight systems engaged with a melodic hum, lifting her above their targeting solutions while quantum cores provided impossible maneuverability in 3 dimensions. She descended among them like a force of nature, her combat forms flowing between moves no baseline fighter could execute. Her legs provided leverage and power that rewrote the fundamentals of combat physics. Marcus added precision fire support, but this was Zara's moment of triumph. She moved like poetry written in violence, each strike perfectly calculated for maximum devastation. Impossible, Vex breathed, watching his elite warriors fall. No augmentation grants such advantages. Human engineering, Zara replied, advancing. With predatory grace. They build things to exceed all expectations. Vex raised his rifle desperately, but Zara's enhanced reflexes allowed her to close distance before he could fire. Her hand closed around his throat, mechanical legs providing stable platform to lift his weight effortlessly. You abandoned me. Because you thought I was weakness, she said quietly. Now you understand. I was never the weak one. You were. She released him, and he collapsed gasping. The workshop fell silent, except for her legs' soft humming. Tell the clan what you've witnessed, she commanded. Tell them their cast-off daughter became something beyond their comprehension. Vex struggled upright, pride warring with tactical wisdom. This heresy won't stand. The clan will respond. Let them come. Zara's smile held no warmth. I am no longer their concern. The Storm clan retreated, carrying their wounded and their shattered pride. As their ships departed, Marcus approached Zara with awe and concern. How do you feel? He asked, noting her. Legs continued energy output. Powerful beyond imagination, she admitted. The systems are still adapting, evolving. I can feel new capabilities coming online. The neural bridges will deepen over time, Marcus confirmed, checking diagnostic readings. Soon the distinction between biological and mechanical will be meaningless. And then you'll be something entirely new. The first of a new kind of warrior. Zara looked around the workshop, taking in battle damage and revolutionary implications. Her old life was ash, reborn in Human Innovations Forge, 6 months. Later, word spread across the galaxy of an impossible partnership. A human mechanic and an enhanced Keth'mori warrior, offering hope to the broken and abandoned. Their workshop became a pilgrimage site for those cast aside by rigid societies. They restored a paralyzed Vraxian general who'd been discarded after a mining accident. They gave new limbs to a human pilot whose military had deemed her irreparable. Each success built their reputation as miracle workers who refused to accept impossibility. The Keth'mori Storm clan tried twice more to eliminate what they saw as heresy. Both attempts failed catastrophically against Zara's evolved capabilities and Marcus's defensive innovations. Eventually, even the most stubborn traditionalists learned to leave them alone. Other clans began secretly requesting their services. Another message from the High Council, Marcus announced one morning, reviewing their communications. They want to commission enhancement programs for their wounded veterans. The same council that ordered my abandonment? Zara's golden eyes gleamed with ironic amusement. How delightfully predictable. What do you want to tell them? She considered the question while testing her latest upgrade, wings that could extend from her leg assemblies for extended flight capability. Tell them we'll consider it, for triple our usual rates. Revenge pricing. I like it. Not revenge. She corrected, soaring gracefully around the workshop's expanded space. Market value for revolutionary technology. Their partnership had evolved beyond mechanical engineering into something approaching symbiosis. Marcus understood her enhanced systems better than she did, while Zara's warrior instincts guided his innovations toward practical applications. They'd also discovered something neither had expected. Love. It began as mutual respect, grew through shared purpose, and crystallized during quiet moments between projects. Their relationship scandalized both species, but they'd long since stopped caring about others' approval. The Galactic Medical Council wants a demonstration, Marcus said. Reviewing another message. They're offering to host a conference on cybernetic integration. Politicians and bureaucrats, Zara snorted, landing gracefully beside him. They ignored us when we were revolutionary outcasts. Now they want to claim credit for our work. We could refuse. No, she decided after consideration. We'll attend, but on our terms. The demonstration became galactic legend. Zara appeared before the assembled medical professionals and government officials, her enhanced form a testament to impossible achievements. She moved through combat routines that redefined understanding of biological limits, her mechanical legs providing capabilities that seemed to violate physics itself. Then she spoke. You see before you the result of one human's refusal to accept defeat, she announced, her voice carrying to every corner of the vast auditorium. When my people abandoned me, Marcus Chen saw potential where others saw only failure. She gestured to Marcus, standing proudly beside their latest innovations. Together we proved that evolution doesn't require millennia. It requires only courage. To embrace change. The questions came rapidly. How did the integration work? Could the process be replicated? What were the limitations? Marcus fielded technical inquiries with enthusiasm, but Zara's responses carried deeper implications. You ask about limitations, she said to a Keth'mori military attach. The only limitation is your willingness to challenge assumptions. My clan believed purity of form meant strength. They were wrong. Adaptation is strength. A human admiral raised concerns about military applications. These enhancements could destabilize existing power structures. Good, Zara replied bluntly. Power structures that discard the wounded deserve destabilization. The conference concluded with unprecedented cooperation agreements. Multiple species committed to joint research programs, while others requested immediate consultation services. But the real victory was quieter, more personal. That night, alone in their private quarters, Marcus and Zara reflected on their journey. From desperate strangers to galactic revolutionaries. Any regrets? He asked, tracing patterns on her metallic limbs. Only that we didn't start sooner, she replied, her enhanced senses registering his touch with exquisite precision. What about you? Still think I was worth saving? Every day. He pulled her closer, marveling at how perfectly their different forms complemented each other. Though I admit, when I found you in those ruins, I never imagined we'd end up here. Where exactly are we? Marcus considered the question seriously. Building the future, one impossible project at a time. And personally? Personally. He smiled, meeting her golden eyes. I'm exactly where I belong. With the most amazing woman in the galaxy, human or otherwise. Zara's response was to demonstrate just how precisely her enhanced tactile sensors could register affection. Years passed. Their workshop became an institute, then a university, finally evolving into something entirely new, a place where beings from every species could push beyond biological limitations. Marcus aged gracefully, his innovations growing more sophisticated. As his understanding deepened, Zara's enhancements continued evolving, her capabilities expanding beyond anything originally envisioned. But at their core, they remained what they'd always been, a mechanic who refused to accept impossibility, and a warrior who refused to surrender, standing together on the observation deck of their orbital facility. Watching ships arrive from across the galaxy carrying new challenges and possibilities, they reflected on how far they'd traveled from that day in the ruins. No regrets? Zara asked, echoing their old conversation. Only one, Marcus replied, his arm around her waist as they watched the stars. I regret that we can't do this all over again. Who says we can't? Her enhanced senses had detected something his baseline human perception missed. That ship arriving from the outer rim. It's carrying 17 critically injured refugees from the sector war. The manifest says they're all beyond conventional medical help. Marcus grinned, the familiar fire of challenge igniting in his eyes. Impossible cases? The most impossible yet. Then we'd better get to work. Together, they headed back into their workshop, ready to prove once again that impossibility was just another word for opportunity. Behind them, the stars watched over a galaxy slowly learning that sometimes the most beautiful things came from refusing to accept what everyone else considered broken beyond repair. In the end, Zara had been right about one thing: evolution didn't require abandoning what you were. It required finding someone who saw what you could become. Up next, you've got 2 more standout stories right on your screen. If this one hit the mark, you won't want to pass these up. Just click and check them out. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upload from us.